It's week 13 of the National Football League, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Dolphins and the Bills, and it comes your way next on
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. Here comes the return from a yard or two deep. We'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field, led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
Some games, the quarterback can just go out there and just take what the defense gives them. They don't have to necessarily create a lot of opportunities for their teammates to go out and perform, and they can still come away with the win. I think today, though, he's going to be asked to carry a little bit more of a load, make some more plays happen, be a little bit more assertive. He does that, his team's just going to continue to get better and better, and it's going to be a tough matchup. You can't fault the quarterback on this one. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him. He really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Now the former Texas A&M Aggie. Here's Devon Achane. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Dolphins first down. Ready. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap to Tua. The throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, like living in these 3rd and long situations. Must pass is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led out by the lefty from the University of Washington. It's Michael Penix.
One of the best parts of the week, Mike, is when we have an opportunity to sit down and visit with these guys during the production meetings. And the thing that we both came away with was, while he was happy with the overall performance of his team a week ago, you could tell that lone interception left a bit of a bad taste in his mouth. He called that error pass unacceptable. He doesn't plan on having too many of those in this one, and look for him to be a little bit more careful with the ball as he tries to get his team to another victory here today. You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Now Penix to throw on 2nd down. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Here we go, Shaq.
Dotson, the man in motion. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's going to have a Bills first down by about 3 yards or so. Wind up getting 7, facing 3rd and 4.
Ready, break. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Check go.
A carry for Cook. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. Here's 2nd and 6.
Go!
They run out of the gun and tag on a reverse.
Now,
And
faster,
nowhere
faster.
to go on that one. They lifted him up and threw him down behind the
Pad
line.
to 60, pad to 60. Ready, ready?
On 3rd down, Penix able to complete it to Ayuk. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. 1st and 10.
Ready, ready? Ready?
To throw is Penix. To the goal line and in. Landed Ayuk. Touchdown, Bills. That touchdown, number 11 on the year.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back. The 1st and 10. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And that one shut down right away. Good pressure on the backside. The defense stops him for no gain. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Tua, give it to H.M. And a good run there. Finds the lane, gets forward. Got 8 yards and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2.
One more word.
Here's Tungavailoa. And that is incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out. Not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out.
Let's go
And
now.
he continues to be a thorn in the side of defenses trying to stop him. Currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing. And he'll work his way forward to about the 21.
Ready, ready.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Hunt.
Penix now off the bootleg. Go left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
He just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
He'll drop this one down to the fullback. 11 yards on the pass there. Good for a Bills 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
Here we go. Low, low. Check out.
A run up the middle with Cook. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, Opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back
60
to pick up the first down.
18, Pioneer. Go.
Throwing now, Penix on first down. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Cougar 19. Ready.
On play action, Penix. Off balance throw. It's complete. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Dotson, the man in motion. And that is incomplete.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going, and for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their second sack, and we're still here in the first quarter.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Dolphins offense headed back to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. You can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
So after one, 7-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday return. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. On the carry, here's Achane. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had third and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
All right, let's go.
Blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
Right.
From the gun, here's Tua. He'll try and get there on the ground.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Bills offense and Brandon Ayuk ready to take over once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe? Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried the first half, it hasn't worked. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds. The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
They'll run the draw with Cook. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. Back to throw. Here's in trouble, and down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. We'll see how they want to attack things here. Back up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Slot man in motion right. They'll start on the ground. It's A-check. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
Go ahead.
They'll stay on the ground with A-10. And they'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. Now it's Tua. Open man, right side. He's got it. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's 2. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And this is taken in by the defense.
But we hear that term run catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Looking to throw. It's under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Having a dominant pass rush so often translates to wins. But that's hardly been the case here, Mike, and they're able to add another sack to their total before half, and that's great. But somehow they still find themselves trailing, and that's the only thing that matters.
The Bills will send out the field goal unit. This one from just under 50 yards. And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And this is going to remain a 1-possession game. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw is Tua. Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. If they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So,
pressure gets there, and down he goes. What to do now as they come up on second and long. Tua. Taken in by H.N. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. Third and long. Here's Tua. Going up top. That is brought in. And he will score. Touchdown Miami. An extra point attempt to follow. Through the snowflakes. This one good. And the Dolphins will level things out at 7 apiece. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Bills offense and running back James Cook making their way out. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10.
Ready!
Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
This pains me to say, Mike, because I love the idea of feeding the tight end, but it can only go his way so many times if it's not going to result in positive outcomes. So wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get his backs, his wide receivers, get some other guys involved, and then later in the game, go back to his big tight end.
Have a quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they'll go with their fullback. And he's going to have the Bills 1st down by a good couple of yards as they get 3 on 4th and inches.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
On 1st down, it's Penix. Downfield, and it's caught by Ayuk. And he will score. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown Buffalo. And his 2nd touchdown of the game, numbers 11 and 12 on the season. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start of this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Now return coming from the 7. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look.
All right.
They will start it on the ground to run that clock. Not much happening there, just a short game. The Dolphins going to use their final timeout here as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number one. Getting the tight end involved in the run game here. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. So we have come to halftime here at Orchard Park. And both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. Well, this snow not abating at all. If anything, might be coming down a little bit harder as we are underway here in the third. And they're getting down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bills offense and Michael Penix getting ready. Here's 1st and 10.
Set. Set, go.
On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And it'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
Ayuk makes the catch right side. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
And as we saw in the first half, Mike, the defense was really unable to do anything to slow him down. He put up some really big numbers there in the first 2 quarters. Now here in the second half, it just doesn't look like they've made many adjustments in the attempt to slow him down.
The Bills bringing on the punt team. Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. The Dolphins offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10.
Ready.
They send him right out of the slot. Here's H.A. The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Out of the gun, Tungo. Off he goes.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tungo. He'll try to run for it.
That's a great job defensively. Even though they let him escape the rush initially, there was nowhere to go with either their ball or as a runner, and they're able to force 4th down.
Punt team headed out for the Dolphins. As he'll punch it away for the 4th time today. Ball security, a must in these conditions. Fair catch called for and taken without issue. The Bills offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10.
Check. Set. Ready.
They'll start on the ground with Cook. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
Okay, ready?
Second down and 8.
Smash, smash! Ready?
Once again, it's Cook. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat! Hut!
They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Hut, hut!
Plant. It's Penix. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Good job on the ground to pick it up. Mark it at the 38, move those chains. First down.
All game long, Mike, this guy is asked to make key block after key block for the ball carrier. But this time, the coach is calling him to do the running for a change, and on 3rd and short, no surprise, he gets the job.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
John Dotson was the intended receiver there. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's
nowhere to go. He is taken down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
The Bills bringing on their punting unit. And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Dolphins offense ready to get back at it. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for 2. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And a nice gain, getting this to about the 23-yard line. Look wide. Get this one complete.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now in that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Handoff. Oh, a wrinkle. Here comes the reverse. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up.
Number one.
A run up the middle with HN. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but The offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
Once again, it's a turn. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So we are through 3. Second and 7.
Ready.
Slot receiver headed right.
Out.
And he'll bring this inside the 30. A gain of about 5.
Ready.
Here is a big one. Third down and 2. In motion, it's Waddle.
Ready.
Third and 2. Tungo Bailoa. And that is incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
They'll try it now with 18. And he's going to have a Dolphins first down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive. Throwing is Tua. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way.
44.
With the play, another down.
Second down, here's Tungo Bailoa. That is caught at the 3. And he'll take it on in. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Dolphins. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. He'll start this drive with first down. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's a handoff to Cook. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
And on third down, that ball incomplete. And now here comes the punt team. Important punt here in this tie game late. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. We're all even. Fourth quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with first and 10.
Good.
Here's Tungo Bailoa. He's going to tuck it and go. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
It's safe.
Here's second and 3 to go. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll whistle him down, but not
Ineligible
before it picks up
receiver
a first
downfield.
down after a gain of 7. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far.
Still second down.
And it draws the flag.
All right, fellas, listen up.
To throw is Tua. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and it'll be third down.
Ready, Jack?
Now Tua. A throw on the move is caught. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
Turbo one, high. Turbo one, high.
Tua going to throw. Over the middle, it's taken in by Waddle. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
You want to be a star in the NFL, Mike? These are the high-pressure moments that you can't shy away from. The greats, they embrace it. Tie ball game, fourth quarter. The game is on the line. Everyone in the stadium knows where that ball is going, and I can't wait.
He runs with it. And Tua very wisely hits the deck after picking up the first down.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he
set.
commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield,
32 stinger.
pick up the first down, sets up first and goal.
In motion, it's Waddle. Make the handoff. Now, Tua. This is intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Taylor.
All this play well. The NFL fullback held his game well. Of this game. Oftentimes it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Nice job by the defense there. Took away all the options downfield, and quarterback realized pretty quickly, I got no choice but to check this down, and results in no gain.
Now Penix to throw on second down. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
One of the biggest differentiators for a lot of these defenders, Mike, is a lot of them can stay in tight coverage. But where the special guys separate themselves is what do they do once the ball is in the air. They almost turn into offensive players with their ability to track it, and this is a great example here.
He's going to have the first down and more. And that changes things. Out of bounds inside the 40.
When you think back to the first half, like just how well he threw the ball, and you thought maybe this defense would come up with some answers in the second half to slow him down, but so far that has proven to not be the case.
Go!
On 1st and 10, it's Cook. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
That's Ayuk with it on the left side. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Here we go, set! Ready?
3rd and 2. And Penix. They get 18 on that one. First down, Buffalo.
You get in these situations, 3rd down, tie game, 4th quarter. I mean, this is really where your quarterback makes his money.
Go!
You're going to put your faith and say, all right, what is the best play for this offense to execute? And the game really rests in the hands of your quarterback. And he continues to come up with these 3rd down pickups and continues to extend this drive. He's got a shot to come away the hero and win this game here late.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. It is 2nd down and 5.
Ready! Hut!
They'll run with Cook. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Let's go now.
Now, a big 3rd down.
Hut, hut.
They tried the same thing and a similar result. Back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Here comes 4th down. So now, a big spot coming here. This to grab a late lead. This kick is good. They move out front and take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll drop to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Now on 2nd and long.
Ready.
In motion, it's Waddle.
Come on, 2.
From the gun, here's Tua. And the ball's out. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. Fortunate that that was not worse for the offense. The pressure's on. They knock it out of the quarterback's hands. But only a safety instead of the defense getting a touchdown.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, Mike, you always have that clock in your head. But that clock has to speed up even quicker when you find yourself dropping in your own end zone. And fortunately for them, that fumble doesn't lead to a touchdown, but instead results in the 2-point safety.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Let's go.
A run up the middle with Cook. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. Here's Cook. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 Eagle. 60 Eagle. Go.
On play action. Penix. He's going to go out of bounds, but a very nice return up past the 35-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
One last throw here for Tua. And that's going to be intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a good field and a chance to extend their lead. So the Bills Mafia goes home happy. It's a win for Buffalo. What a finish to this one. The defense comes up with the interception in clutch time to seal it on the final play, and the defense walks off the field